Floyd Mayweather, right? Uh, Very inspiring person to me. Don't have to be to you, but to me. Um, he had his comments turned off for a very long time. Very long time. And I thought, oh, it was because maybe 50 Cent was killing him and he didn't want to deal with it, or, he didn't want to see certain comments in his comment section, and maybe he was just fragile, or, he was too soft to deal with the back and forth with the people in his comment section. And then he turned them back on. And I really got to see some of the stuff that's put in his comments, some of the stuff that's put in comments on videos that he's tagged in or videos about him. And Floyd Mayweather really came from a messed up situation. People love to talk about generational curses. Just look up what all that nigga had to see as a child. And then not getting the formal education on top of that, right? This man has turned that into hundreds of millions of dollars, multi-million dollar empire. This man owns businesses. He's one of the biggest boxing promoters the boxing has ever seen. He self-promoted, cut out the middleman, made millions on top of millions of dollars, invested in real estate, invested in himself, invested in all kinds of corporations, has one of the greatest watch collections I've ever seen. I haven't seen anything like it. In this comment section will go, but he can't read. But he can't read. When you gonna learn how to read, Floyd? He'll post a picture of his $18 million watch, or he'll wear the $18 million watch. And people would go, if I had $18 million, I would buy no watch. See, this is what I'm talking about. These niggas trying to stunt, they don't even know what to spend their money on. You can tell this nigga can't read. Did you know that watches appreciate just like real estate does? When you buy a watch, immediately, it appreciates. You know what you don't see Floyd with? A bunch of cars. I ain't saying he ain't got no cars, but you don't just see him with a bunch of cars. You see a lot of watches. Watches appreciate. Now, it's funny that a man who can't read understands that and has one of the greatest watch collections you'll ever see, but you can read, and you think he's stupid for buying watches. And that's what I mean about letting people have access to you. When I say people having access to me, I don't mean my Patreon. My Patreon's doing well. I don't know if people understand math, but my goal for my Patreon was to get 5,000 subscribers, right? Well, now I'm lying. My goal was to get like 3,000 subscribers at $5 a piece. That gets me around 15 grand a month. I have 3 million followers over my platforms. Do you think I made it to 3,000 subscribers? I probably made it to 3,000 subscribers. So, because that would be another source of income on top of me acting, on top of me doing tours, on top of the money I make through social media, on top of, it was a business move. It was a business move, and a smart business move, and a move that I ain't even put a lot of stock in. I only wanted 3,000 subscribers. So when I'm talking about access to me, I don't need a bunch of people to go to my Patreon. That was not what I made the Patreon for. I was dealing with censorship, and I was like, I could be my full self on the Patreon. And if 3,000 people want to see that, that'll be really dope. When I talk about access, I'm talking about turning off my goddamn comment section. Because what I've learned through watching Floyd and watching others, shout out to my boy Killer Mike as well, shout out to Jaleel White, Purple Arkle. Boy, you got you a multi-million-dollar industry right there, baby. Can't wait to see your success. I realized that you try to give some of this information back. When people read some of my posts, they feel like I'm judging them, when really I'm just trying to give some of this information back. And whenever you give information back, whenever you make it to a certain point in your life that you know a lot of people don't necessarily reach, people go, oh, how come y'all don't ever give back information or teach other people how to get or whatever? I try to tell you niggas, and I'm met with all types of negativity in my comment section, and I'm like, I really don't have to see this. I can turn the comment section off. I really don't have to deal with this. I don't have to reply to people's comments. I don't have to take the time to read people's comments or respond to DMs or try to help people. I don't have to do any of that. But I do because I fuck with y'all. But then when all the stupid people come, it makes me want to limit people's access to me. That has nothing to do with Patreon. I don't know why y'all keep bringing that up. Patreon's doing fine. If I don't get another subscriber, that would be fine. If I lose some subscribers, still be fine. You know I was living without the Patreon, right? I was doing fine. Life's good. Like I said, I'm about to go to set. If somebody had the audacity to tell me that I need to watch what I say because y'all will have me back working at Costco. Can you believe that? Motherfucker had the audacity to say, and then to say Costco like maybe I'm not capable of getting a job better than that. Not to say anything's wrong with Costco. He's like, made it seem like he had the power to send me back to work in customer service just if I don't say or post whatever they want me to post. And several people liked it. Can you imagine being that fucking arrogant to say that to somebody you don't know? That's what makes me want to limit access to me. That's what makes me go, nah, I shouldn't even allow people to comment on my shit. Now you know.